Okay, so I want to talk about something that I haven't really discussed on this channel, and that is my faith and spiritual journey and how that's impacted my financial decisions. So this all started, well, since I was born, I guess. I think when it comes to faith and religion, I hate that people cringe at the word religion because I think it's gotten a negative connotation throughout the years. But let me just share my story. This is my experience and through my eyes. I was raised in a Catholic home, and every Sunday we went to church no matter what. Like, we would go to church every Sunday. I went to CCD, I went to Sunday school, I got baptized, I did my first communion, I did my confirmation in 8th grade. I went through all of the motions, and I am so thankful because this has been a tough conversation to have with my family as I'm maturing and growing through my own spiritual journey, that I am so thankful that my parents raised me with God and Jesus in mind. I truly do believe that there is a higher power. I truly do believe Jesus was a real person that came to heal the sick and perform miracles. And I talk to that guy all the time. I'm going to get emotional thinking about it, but I'm so thankful that my parents instilled that in me, because I have met friends, even my husband didn't really grow up talking about this and really going to church on a regular basis. He found that himself. But I'm so thankful I had that growing up. And then when I got to college, I think I was really just going through the motions of going to a Catholic church, and I wasn't really feeling God's presence there, if that makes sense. I was just doing the sign of the cross, standing up, kneeling, sitting down, standing up again, saying the prayer, sitting down, reading some scripture, singing a song. And I just was going through the motions and feeling just really mentally checked out from it. And so college, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of going to church, not really. And then when I graduated, Kyle and I had started dating my senior year of college. And at that time, he was going to a non-denominational church in Manhattan, Kansas. And him and our really good friends now, Ben and Emma, were like, yeah, we're going to church at 6 o'clock Sunday night. You should come with us. And I was like, no, I have my thing. I go to Catholic church. And they're like, okay. And so this went on for 2 years at least, if not more, 3 years. And then when I had moved from Kansas City back to Manhattan, Kansas, which is 2 hours away, I was just kind of doing the motions again, trying to figure out where I was supposed to be. Mind you, this entire time I'm praying on my own, I'm talking to God on my own, I'm doing all of those things. I never stopped for a second believing in that. I just didn't have that church community. I didn't know how to connect that way. And then I was talking to a coworker at that time when I was working for the university. I was talking to my coworker, Kim. I was talking to Kim, and she was like, yeah, I go to CRESTVIEW too. Blah, blah, blah. It's so good. Devin, the pastor, is so awesome. He's just laid back. He wears plaid shirts, blah, blah, blah. And I kid you not, I felt God in her office. We are at work having this conversation. I felt God in the office saying, listen to Kim, listen to Kyle, listen to Ben, listen to Emma. This is where I want you to be. And so I was like, Kim, shut up, shut up, shut up. I can't talk about this right now. I am feeling like a thing right now. I'm in a moment. I'll go. Just, I'll go. So that first time that I went to church at CRESTVIEW and heard Devin speak, I was going through some really tough stuff at that time. And I was holding on to a lot of resentment. And Devin had this exercise where he said, I want you to think of that moment, that person, whoever you're feeling resentment towards, whether it happened 5 years ago, 5 minutes ago, whatever. I want you to write down everything that you want to say to that person, and then bring it up to the front. We have trash cans, and we are going to burn this and give it up to God. And it is Him that is going to carry this for you, and you don't have to do this on your own. I've never done this before in a Catholic church at all. I've not done it in any other church aside from CRESTVIEW. I walked out of that church bawling my eyes out, just sobbing. And Kyle was like, oh my God, like, did you have fun? Was this okay? It's like, I felt like God was speaking to me through Devin, and I want to go back. And I think my spiritual journey has just been so incredible because God didn't give up on me. He's like, I know, I've seen you struggle, and I've seen you not really feel me in this other environment. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you in this other environment. And I think this is where you're going to feel me and hear me and hear what I have to say. And I'm like, thank you. And so when it comes to my finances, I was still paying off my debt. I was still paying off my debt during this time when I'm transitioning into listening and going to CRESTVIEW. And I remember having a moment where I had gotten so good at saving up my money, and I had a stockpile of cash. I think it was like $8,000 in savings and like a lot of money. And I still had debt. I think I had like $5,000 in debt left. And I remember being so like torn. Like, I really want that savings for me, but I still have this $5,000. Like, I'll keep paying extra on those payments, but I don't want to pay it off all because I'm scared. And I think that money really made me feel secure, and it was like the more money I had, the safer I felt. So I was afraid to make a big lump sum payment and be, $5,000 short in my savings account. And so I prayed on it, and I asked God, tell me what to do. What should I do with this money? Should I pay off the last of my student loans, or not? Or should I just keep kind of doing the slow, pay it off, whatever? And I remember really hearing Him say, like, pay it off. You have been a great money manager, and I'm going to give you back that money, and then some, and then some. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. So I did. I ended up paying it off, the last $5,000 in my student loan debt, in like one lump sum. And that was in 2014. And I have definitely made that money back, and then some, and then some, and then some. And so if you have been struggling financially, I can't think of a better thing to do for yourself than pray on it. And walking through this has been very, very good for my own wellness and who I am as a person. It has been difficult because this is like me taking a different path than what my family has taken, but I really do credit them for helping me get to this point, because I have connected with my spirituality so much more in this way. And then crediting all of my friends, and of course Kyle, and of course Devin, for helping me see, like, this is how I'm going to experience. I was actually talking to some girlfriends last night, because I have friends of all different faith backgrounds, and some friends that don't believe in anything. And we were kind of talking like, what do you think happens when you die? And of course, I was like, well, I know when I die, I'm going to heaven, and I'm going to see my old dog Sadie Sadie was the dog that I grew up with when I was little. I'm going to see Sadie. I'm going to see Martin Luther King Jr. I thought that I would be going to Michael Jackson concerts, but given the Leaving Neverland documentary, I'm not sure if he's actually gonna be there. Maybe. But like all these different people that I'm going to see, and dogs, and see my friend's mom, and dogs. Dogs do go to heaven. I'm now at this point in my life where I feel like I'm being a good steward of God's money, kind of, because I do believe that everything belongs to Him and I'm just managing it. That being said, I don't tithe regularly, and that's because we haven't found a church home base here in San Diego. I've been going on 4 years living here, and we still haven't found a home base. And so if I can, YouTube subscribers, pray for me that I find a church community that I love just as much as CRESTVIEW, and a place where I can feel connected and at home, and that has awesome music and an awesome band, because I really vibe with good music and singing, and that's my thing. When I go to church, I love the praise and worship time. Love it. And then, of course, the message too. So please pray that I find a good church. Right now, Kyle and I watch Devin's sermons online, which has been super helpful to help us feel more connected with him again. But we need to I need that presence. I need that like local community. So that's where I'm at with my faith journey. I think if you can find a way to incorporate that and not be so afraid and fearful with your finances, you're going to get answers from upstairs. That's been the case for me. So I felt compelled to share this. Hope you found it interesting. I'd love to know what your faith and spiritual journey looks like when it comes to your finances. I also do believe that when people are in need, whether it's an organization or somebody that you know, close friends and family, I do think it's important to help out. And Kyle and I look for those opportunities where we can give back and support. And we've done that. I really enjoy doing the Save the Elephants organization. That's one that's close and near and dear to my heart, because elephants are my favorite animal. We've also given to people that we know in need, either just, hey, we're going to give this to you, or telling them, hey, this is an option for you. And I think that has really helped us see, like, once we had our finances in order and once I became debt-free, I could help others. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. Thanks, guys, for watching. So glad I can share more of my personal life with you here on this channel.